Boom, baby, we're live. What up, what up, what up? It's me, MLD. Welcome to Interview with the Man, episode 894. We are closing in on 900 episodes. 9 times. Your son has missed school 9 times. Name the movie, and I'll be impressed. Welcome aboard. We got a good episode for you guys today, because we're going to talk about something I found, and it's about cold approach. Okay, here's something really interesting. If you guys don't know, I have been doing group coaching sessions with men and large groups of 100 plus, as small as like 50, as large as like 200, 300. And I have been doing these coaching group sessions since 2019. And every session I record, right? Recently, what I did was, quite frankly, genius, but I'll tell you in a second here, all right? What I did was, recently, Billy helped me out. I asked Billy to help me, and I said, Billy, can you please transcribe all of these coaching sessions? We have 351 individual coaching sessions that we transcribe. I then ran them through a script, through a software program called Python. And I said to ChatGPT, I need to program this script to find only words relating to dating. And then once you find those words relating to dating, I need you to rank them in the number 1, 2, 3, and 4 thing that men are struggling with. And the number one thing that I came across consistently with all men, all shapes, all sizes, all ages, doesn't matter where they were in the country, where they were in the world, okay? The number one thing that men were struggling with is unanimously cold approach. And for me, this was really shocking, but also not shocking. But when you see the data, like when you see clear as day, transparent data that shows this is exactly what men are suffering with. Like, it's not like I leaded them with questions or anything. We had we created something called a pain cluster matrix. All right. And let me show you real quick. I think I got this. Here it is right now. So this is the code you can see above here. And the number one thing, 709 mentions, was approach anxiety. Number 2 was escalation fears, right? Number 3 was texting confusion. Number 4 was confidence issues. And then number 5 was rejection trauma. And check this out. These are the dominant question language we have here, okay? Here it says, you could see it says, like, what opener gives me the best results, how to start a conversation, when do I go for the kiss, how do I know she's going to be ready to be touched, right? All of this information is just super eye-opening, because you guys know I always say consistently here on this channel, we're never going to pivot, start talking about politics. We're never going to change and start talking about whatever group of people is apparently controlling the world. Okay? We are here to help men. We're here to optimize men. We're here to teach men to get women, how to get women. And there's just so much bad information out there, so much bad advice out there that is literally ruining the lives of men. And the people out there peddling this information, they don't care. They just want your money. They want to just tell you whatever they could tell you to get money from you. But the thing is, the bottom line is this: if all these guys had solutions, we wouldn't be in the largest sexlessness crisis in American history right now. But we are. So I said all that to say this. All right. Today's episode, we're going to talk about the truth about approach anxiety that no one seems to be talking about. And if you stay to the end, I have something important I'm going to show you guys that's really going to help everybody involved here, because I've been polling a lot of guys. I've been sending out surveys because, you know, I'm just very data driven. I'm very, very data driven on this channel, and actually do data, not just like, oh, I feel this way, so that's where it is. No. So, shall we get started? Let's go.
Connection established.
Make money, make muscles, learn game, hold frame. It starts with learning dating, and then you move on to something else to push humanity forward. That is the philosophy of modern life dating.
I am teaching you how to be strong. I am teaching you how to be powerful. So when bad things happen to you, you don't quit.
Okay, because you don't know
how.
Because you don't know.
No, if I'm not going to explain to myself.
In normal conversation where people aren't sitting around and patronizing you because you're loud and obnoxious, and a lot of people don't want to confront you and tell you that. But I'll tell you that right now, young lady. You're very loud and obnoxious, and you're rude.
You wanted to blow it up and make me seem like something I'm not, and I didn't appreciate that. But that's okay.
Did
you
you
can
watch my
do
channel?
what you want to do for your content.
Oh boy, somebody's triggered.
And
She's
you can do
triggered.
that. No, Adam sent me a clip.
You should want a woman that you can build with.
She can build me a sandwich.
But my man,
It's common sense in every other country in the world, but here you got to get out of Venn diagram and be like, hey, don't post half-naked photos of yourself because you're gonna attract predators. Welcome back. Welcome to the greatest show live. Hello to my favorite 10 viewers. Guys, approach anxiety. We just got to jump right into this, okay? I've been doing a lot of coaching and stuff for a while now. And oh, you know what? I forgot to do the animation. Still forgot it. We got to do comment review. I think we're behind on comment review. Do you guys want me to continue comment review? I like comment review, personally. I'm a big fan of comment review. We do have to redo the animation, though. I'm not a big fan of this comment review animation. But things are going to come together. How's everybody doing? Did you have a good weekend? I have been working so hard. I worked straight through the weekend. My AI bed tells me a score called sleep debt. I'm 6 hours and 30 minutes in sleep debt. And it's worth it for the algo. Let's go. Let's go. Let me see. Giga cooked, bro. What is this crap? Okay, this is it. I found it. Oh, boys. Guys, I'm in that grind season. Have you guys ever been in that grind season when you just have to like literally wake up, work, wake up, work, wake up, work, wake up, work, wake up, work. But you know what's funny? I'm in this grind season and I've never felt better. I'm a little tired, I'm not gonna lie. And so far today, I've just had an apple, 3 slices of toast with a little bit of butter and honey because I just keep on forgetting to eat. So busy. Okay, here we go. Monday. I've got a case of the Mondays. Okay, here we go. We're almost there. Sit tight. We are going live. Nothing cooked. Okay, media source. Da, 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 da. Almost there. Maybe. WTF, mate. Well, let me pull my hands and face back up in the meantime. We'll give some time for people to pop in, too. Yeah, Windows is so very gay sometimes. Did you guys have a good weekend? What did you do on the weekend? Did you hang out? Who actually went out with a girl and had a good time? Okay. Here we go. Okay. One. All right, I think we're good. Actually, you don't have an idea. Hold on. No. There we go. All right, there we got it. I got with a chick, 24 years old. Lit. Let's go. Get money. Did the comment review animation and the sound come through? Holla at your boy. Let me know. Oops. Cooked. We'll figure it out, boys. Here we go. So tired. How many comment reviews do we have to catch up on? I feel like we got to catch up on a few. Yeah, we haven't done it. Muffled? Oh, the sound was muffled? Not clear? We'll get there. We'll get there. Cool. All right, let's go. Here we are, comment review. Let's go pre-consultation Friday. That was a good episode. Coming in 4K. Coming in live 4K, baby. All right. So, let's check it out. Here we go. Red the Tiger, he says, MLD, in regards to the caller about real estate, most profitable markets right now for long-term rentals are Tennessee and Alabama. For your appreciation, if you're looking at most of the Northeast, lit. Also, content brother, cold approach is the best way to get women. It's an invaluable skill that keeps you in all aspects of life. Approaching women is more about you than it is the woman. Facts. Deep. Can't believe MLD saved a caller for 35. I feel like I've read these. But there was no extra episode. This was the last. Oh no. Did I? Did I do these already? I feel like I read these already. Let's check. No, this is the last episode. All right. All right, let's go. Awesome content brother approaches about the best way. Yeah, we got that. Can't believe MLD saved a call of 35K from one phone call, offering 580K for a 615K property. Incredible value. Huge WMLD. Contrast with Rolo getting robbed on his own show. This is proof that there's levels to the game. So love you so much. I would ask for the days on market of the property. Question I asked versus the norm for the area. If it is way above, he could start with a 80K less offer. I've seen stuff where I live going 50 to 100K below asking. Callers should look up Jason Hartman if he's serious about real estate. There you go. Dr. B's in the chat. He says, dude, Rolla made an entire live stream on how they got jacked by some Psycho 304 is wild. I can't, like, weird flex, but okay. I think I wrote that. Yeah, weird flex. God's Guidance Charity. Praise the Lord. He says, lost 2 years of work in crypto today. Regardless, whether it was a good day or bad, God is always good. I hope you didn't sell. I did, but my bags, I did not. Okay, no, your bags are probably recovered. You probably recovered because today was a good day. Today was a good day. G Money, did you hear the sound though? That's the most important. Did you hear the sound? Did you hear the sound? I know the thing was here. Let me know. We'll do it again real quick. Comment review. I know we're gonna fix this. I did not get the notification. How many channels are you subscribed to there, buddy? How many channels are you subscribed to? That's what I would like to know. Because if you subscribe to a lot of channels, it typically cooks you. Did we read Midnight MLD? I don't think we did Midnight MLD. I don't think we did. All right, let's do it. Midnight MLD. All right, let's go. You guys are loving Midnight MLD, where it's just me ranting and being crazy. Is that what we've come to? Is that what we've come to? Common review sound effect soundboard are muffled. Really? Still muffled? The speakers are here. I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? Is this muffled? Cooked? Are we cooked? Are we cooked? This one? Muffled? Probably. All right, let's go. I feel like I'm gonna go in the corner just because we're covering too much. Here we go. Better. This is better. Bell is fine. Lancelot, what? Sorry, we'll get it together one day. Figure it out. Boss stream, absolutely loved it. Whether it continues, remains during midnight, it becomes a regular episode. It's all good with me. I'm here to say, you letting loose and throwing the brakes out the window are my favorite streams. You the man, LD. Thank you, Ralph. Thank you so much, brother. Best look at studio to date. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. VHAB says, old school black players make some of the best dating coaches. I agree with you, MLD. Yes, for sure. This is why guys like Steve Dedeen are great. Player Supreme was great back in the day too. I remember him. Steve had a lot of respect for him. Keep the fire content, MLD. Thank you so much. I told you I wanted to collab. Tell Steve what's up. I want to fucking want to collab. Steve's a good guy. Unfiltered MLD is hilarious. Awesome content. Thanks so much. Damn, MLD is pretty much the real OG of this space. I've been around, bro. Damn, MLD's no. Ruining our video games is the last straw. Facts. Big facts. Big facts. Facts. And the gay character in Last of Us was a disaster. So, bro, Last of Us, greatest game ever. Last of Us 2, trash. I just beat Ghost of Yotei. They ruined that too. Dude, no surprise. No surprise. Ghost of Tsushima was game of the year. That was like one of the, dude, I remember watching that and playing that game. That game was amazing. 2010s woke up a lot of people. The guidelines to make universities hunt for fake cases. The Rolling Stones essay hoax. Yeah. Gamergate, new Star Wars. Pre-2010, millennials were all edgelords, not wusses who needed trigger warnings. That was only when the madness started and we became divided between those who get it and those who don't. And this persisted to this day. What the funny thing is, right? You know, if you look at the data now, right? It's been ranked and shown that millennial women are actually the least desired women and actually the worst cohort of women to come out of America. They're literally the worst. And they are the ones that got sold the propaganda the hardest. But we're going to be talking about a lot of things here. And what you need to be understanding is that there is, you know, there is a change coming, and it's actually happening. But you know, that's why when you guys are like so afraid to go talk to girls, you're so afraid to go do stuff and make the approach. I'm just telling you, it's a fake fear. It's not real. It really is not real. Does it take some time to find a good girl? Yeah, it does. Just like anything worth doing is going to take time. It's going to be hard, right? I know nobody wants to hear that, but that's just the truth. And the bottom line is like, anything worth having in life is worth working for, and it's going to be hard. Like anybody who tells you, I mean, I see it all the time. These guys are like, oh yeah, just say these 3 words and a girl's going to be in love with you. Really? Where's the girl that's in love with you, pal? Are you a magician now? You know, but you'll see. Keep watching. We're going to do things the right way here. He says, I wish I was reminded early in the stream why I enjoyed listening to MLD when he argues against the common wisdom that you don't have value as an 18-year-old man. Yeah, that's some of the most toxic crap ever. I wish I had someone telling me that at that age. I hope there are a lot of young men coming across content like this and are able to grasp it. See, the problem about this is this comes from a bunch of guys and influencers in Miami where there's just everybody's like about money. Everybody's about pay for play. I mean, Miami is just a disgusting, sinful shithole that's filled with women who go there thinking they're going to make it big and just like, you know, get paid for pussy. And that happens a lot. But the thing is, these women end up cooked, bro. End up cooked. Anybody who does that just ends up cooked, men or women. If your primary goal when you get into a relationship with somebody, or like how you facilitate things is a transactional basis, money for sex, sex for money, whatever side of the equation you're on, you're cooked. You are destroying yourself. You're destroying your soul. You're destroying your perception of reality. And you don't understand. You're developing no relationship skills, and you're going to end up dead and alone. Sad. Very sad. Not me, though. I wish I had someone tell me that at that age. I hope there are a lot of young men coming across content like this and are able to grasp it. Being an 18-year-old man who gets it is like having a wallet full of crypto pre-2017. Limitless potential. Yes. Really appreciate MLD for turning common cliches on their head. Facts. Thank you. BJ Tucker says, I love the dark room setup. Love the cut and fit. Winning. Thank you. Siege Clan says, MLD an absolute boss. Love you, buddy. Thank you so much. Marriage causes divorce. The head moderator and in the chat right now. And he says, maybe you could have gone, maybe you've done a thumbnail with Kamala crying. Normally you take your streams down, e.g., or your takedown streams do really well in the algo. I mean, that wasn't even like me trying to do good in the algo. It's just me being real. And I like the simplicity of it because it just has the topic there and people can be like, okay, I want to hear this guy rant about this. Shout out to my man in the chat. He's in the chat with us. He's watching. He's in the comments. Medolias. Oh man, I can't believe I missed this live stream. This Clary guy must really like you for him to super chat 5 tetrahedron US dollars. Thanks. Brooklyn Powell, she says, you know it's gonna be a good rant when you start off the slow clap. Let's go. Even if you remove the Bible only and went off of Roman Empire documented history, there's plenty of historical evidence of Jesus existing based on Roman history. We can agree Jesus did exist. Then we go to biblical history from there. Christ is king, brother. He loves everyone. Pay attention to the global movement of Christ. That's right. Muffled hallelujah in the chat. The dating YouTuber you did a stream on YBC Too Cold did a video responding to you. Sure you did. Nice haircut, bro. Fire stream, bro. This set was hilarious. Says Leaky Faucet. Nice name. Damn, I missed it. Was watching now. Thank you. Your confidence is poquito. The Tate brothers hate you because you made it there without being traffickers, but they had and went to jail for it, not because they're hunted down for speaking the truth. Well, hey. Joshua Burkhoff, MLD, always good. Love you. Tyler Rubel, how do we roll as a cheater? Haha, just give your MLD is great. Jim Crow rides again. I can't believe you red pill dokes are still hanging on after all these years. Oh, yeah, you've got it figured out, pal. You've got it all figured out. All right. Well, that was long. Thanks, guys. Still got some growing pains in the studio, but we're going to get going. So, all right. So we're going to talk about approach anxiety. All right. Now, here's the thing, guys. All right. A lot of people struggle with approach anxiety. Okay. A lot of people struggle with approach anxiety. There is no ands, ifs, or buts about that. Okay. People are absolutely struggling with approach anxiety. And the majority of men, okay, we have talked about it because remember, this channel is a channel about men leveling up. That is my philosophy for what I do and what I teach. All right. My philosophy is that in order to get better dating results, you have to level up. That's anything in life, right? They don't just give you a promotion at work just because they give you a promotion at work. Okay? They give you promotion at work because they need you to change and need you to do things better. You need to do more. When you get a promotion, you don't, get some more money to do less. You typically have to do more. You know what I mean? And so you have to change to get what you want. If you don't have what you want, it's because you are not the person with the skills to get what you want. That's very, very simple. And that's it. That's really just it right there. Okay. There's no magic. There's nothing special about it. It's just that you don't have the skills to get what you want. All right. And that's cold approach. That's approach anxiety. All right. If you want to be good at anything, at first you have to be bad at it. Okay. If you want to be good at anything, first you have to be bad at it. There is no in between. There is no in between. A lot of people want this exponential, like, come up in a very short amount of time. And then when it doesn't happen, they feel pain, they feel rejection, and then they feel inadequate, and then they say, okay, well, you just got to give up. Okay? If you really want to know what game is, all right, a big part of game is enduring rejection. See, a lot of guys, they like to cope about the reality of game. And they have massive egos. I'm talking mainly about the black pill people, the black pill community, like these guys that just sit there and all they do is the most pathetic thing you could do as a man is just sit around and whine. It's just very pathetic. Extremely, extremely, extremely pathetic, okay? So, this is what we talked about the other day, all right? And we'll talk about it now. But what you need to do in order to be good at something is you have to first you got to do is take action. That's step one. Okay? And this is the hardest step and the most important step because it is the step that starts it all. Every guy thinks, I'm just going to watch videos. I'm just going to study this course. I'm just going to download this app. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this, right? And they think, then I'll be ready. One day I will be ready to walk up to girls and every girl that I talk to is going to want to immediately have sex with me. And this does not how it works. Okay? So the first thing you got to do is take action. Okay? The next thing you have to do, we talked about this on Friday, but I'm going to go over it again. All right, is you need to collect data, right? So in this situation here, it's approach, all right? And then here you have to check her response. Okay. Approach, then you have to check her response to collect data. All right. And then from there, you go down here. I'm just going to get off the screen. Okay. You approach, you check the response, and whatever it is, the next thing you do is review results with an expert, okay? You should not be taking advice from anybody who doesn't have what you want. You understand me? Would you go to a guy who's a plumber to ask him how to start a YouTube channel? No. Same thing. You got to review the results with an expert. And that brings you to here. Okay. That's where you actually don't like this color. This is where you optimize. Right? And then from there, you take action again. All right. And this is known very simply as a, a feedback loop. So when guys have approach anxiety, there's two things that they typically go wrong with. All right. Part one, the most important part is they do not take action. They do not take action. If you don't take action, it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. Okay? Not only do you need to take action, all right? You need to take a lot of action. Okay? You really need to take so much action because the action is going to give you the data you need to review with the expert in order to optimize and take action again. See, when you hear about guys complaining about, oh, you know, the dating game is rigged and, oh, girls don't love me. The guys, they typically take a bunch of action. They collect data. And another thing is this, when you don't have an expert in the picture, you don't even know what data to collect. Trying to figure this out on your own is suicide. And that's why most people fail. That's why, not why most. That is why the majority of men fail. The expert is the most important component for speed. Okay? The component that can't even get this whole thing started is taking action. But it's wasted time and effort if you do not have an expert to review the results, to optimize, to take the action again. They also help you optimize the data collection as well. Okay? And you need to run as many of these iterations as possible. You need to run thousands of this. I have cold approached literally, I have asked out over 1,000 women on dates. Okay. I've been with 339 chicks, margin of error, like plus or minus 10. Not saying that to brag, just being objective. This is what I do. This is what I'm good at. This is my skill set. All right. And it's been with chicks around the world. And they're all the same. Women are universally like the hardware is different, but the software is same. Okay. But most guys don't take action. And if you don't take action, you're never going to figure this out. Never. Okay. So step one, when it comes to, you know, this situation about getting the whole ball rolling, that's where most guys fail. They don't take action. Most guys are they're lazy. They don't do the necessary things to get the results that they want. Right? It's pretty sad to witness, honestly speaking. But if you don't do the most important thing, which is taking action, you're cooked. You are cooked. You're as cooked as I am with 6.5 hours of sleep debt. I don't even know how I'm going to catch up on this sleep debt. But there's that. Okay. And now another thing is this. This is the most important component. The thing that messes everything up is the fear. I don't know what it is. I don't know if men have always been afraid. Okay? But fear. Fear is the number. I've figured it out, guys. Like, I don't think anybody... You guys probably watch a bunch of different content creators. Has anybody really pinpointed that the number one thing men deal with right now in our generation, in our time, doesn't matter of who they are, right? Where they are in the world. Every man deals with fear. That's what I've come to realize and learn. God, I'm looking so tired. Holy cow. It's fear. You know, I'm reading some of you guys in the chat right here, you know. Tyler Paul says, I definitely have issues approaching women. That stems from childhood trauma from my parents, where no matter how much effort I put into something, I will never be good enough. Right. But that's, you have to understand that's a lie. That is a lie. That is a lie. And you can't believe it, because if you do believe it, you're going to be a slave to that lie forever. And let me just break down something for you guys and show you. I'm going to kind of talk about what I'm not going to say any names, but guys, I meet a lot of guys. Okay. I talk to a lot of guys in their late 30s, 40s, 50s. Okay. And a lot of these guys, they're cooked. They're cooked. There is no hope for these guys, because in their younger years, in their 20s and 30s and stuff, they just think, oh, I have time. Oh, you know, things should be okay. Oh, I'll figure it out one day. Or they believe a bunch of lies saying like, oh, you know, they're like a freaking Disney princess. Like, one day my prince will come. Like, be thinking like just the perfect girl. You know, people are delusional about a lot of things too. Like, real quick, for just like, let's just have a little bit of fun here, okay? In the chat, just vote 1 or 2. Do you think you will live to 100 years old? 1 if you think you will, 2 if you think you will not. 1 if you think you will, 2 if you think you will not live to 100. 1 equals yes, I will get to 100. 2 equals like, no, I will not make it to 100. Extra guac puts 2. Let's read. I'm going to read you guys' votes. Marriage causes divorce is 2. Brooklyn 2. Naksukao 2. Basil Modad 2. Only Tyler Paul 2. Scott Bunsen. Scott, what's up, baby? 2. Ann Moreno 2. Bricks Logo 2. G Money 2. Ruthless Viking 2. Well, I'm glad everybody is so sober in here. Okay. I found this stat out today and it made me sad. Not gonna lie, because I thought I was gonna live to 100. Do you know how many people actually live to 100? Jock Silvers, he says he's gonna live to 100. 3 people live to 100 out of 10,000. 10,000. $10,000. Most Japanese live to 100. No, they do not. That is completely incorrect, sir. Okay. So I'm going to show you something else, okay? 3 out of 10,000. Your grandmother's one of them. Hey, you might do it too. Okay, let's go back. Okay. So, all right. So let's just say we're going to use some simple explanations here, okay? This is bad. This is good. Okay. All right. And then this is time. Okay. If you want to be good at if you want to be good at something, guess what? You all start here. So let's talk about cold approach anxiety. Okay, everybody here by default starts at bad, and in order to get to good, you must put in the time. Okay, there's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. Okay. And this time, okay, if you do not like this doesn't just actually, it's a little bit more nuanced than this. So it does take time, but if you don't do this with an expert, if you're actually not trained, the amount of time is going to take even longer. Okay. So I'll actually put time. Ooh, let me go this. Time with expert. Okay. And we'll just say for simplicity's sake, 1,000 hours of a cold approach. Okay. 1,000. All right. And there's no shortcut. You either put in the time or you're bad at cold approach. If you put in the time with an expert, you're doing the whole feedback loop here. Take action, collect data, review results, optimize, take action, collect data, right? And then here's the thing, right? There's going to be two of these feedback loops, right? There's going to be a feedback loop for a loss, and then there's going to be a feedback loop for a W. And the W is where you're going to get the most valuable information because that's the outcome you're searching for. Okay? The taking action is most important. And it also, it connects to here, right? You must take action. It's never going to happen unless you put in the reps and do the work. I'm so good at talking to women that I fucking hate doing it. I would rather lay down on my sofa, order some Uber Eats, and watch World War II documentaries than go on a date with a hot girl these days. Because I have gone on dates with so many hot girls. I'm sick of it. I have truly gotten it out of my system. All right. I have truly it's completely left my system, and it all left via my penis. Okay. I shot it all out into these women, and it is out of my system, guys. All right. Because that's how good you want to be. You're a master, right? So when you don't take action, right, you rob yourself of it. Now, here's what happens when the guys go black pill. They take action, they collect data, and then they go to they review with losers. They review their shit with losers. And what losers are going to say, you know, what's the number one thing a loser has a bunch of? They have an abundance of what? What do you think it is, guys? Losers have an abundance of what? Chat, what do you think? Chipotle's on Uber Eats? I wish. Bingo. Extra guac. Excuses. Excuses. Exactly. And so what do they say? Oh, she doesn't like you because you're short. Oh, she doesn't like you because you're Asian. Oh, she doesn't like you because you're not white. Oh, she doesn't like you because you're whatever. Okay? And that creates a negative feedback loop, right? And then the guy goes back and his confidence is lower, and then he takes worse action, right? He takes worse action, and then he goes back to the losers, and all you do is embolden them. Like, see, we told you. See, we told you. See, we told you. Because you're with the loser. The expert is by definition motherfucker. Where's the goddamn colors? Here we go. The expert, by definition, is a winner. And if you pay attention to my chat, pay attention to my show, listen to what I say, who you spend time with is going to determine who you are. So if you're taking action, collecting data, talking to the expert, optimizing and taking action again, you're going to win, right? You create a positive feedback loop. If you hang out with losers, you pollute your mind with bad data, and this becomes your reality. You see? Brick's logo says, this is a guy who will never experience the joy of approaching the hot blonde giraffe at Whole Foods. Sometimes I just like to talk to hot girls in the wild. Just for kicks and, shits and giggles. I do like hot girls. Don't get me wrong. I still see them like my monkey brain's like must reproduce, talk, One of the girls she's a woman, but even the women I associate with, they're just all just stunning. They're all beautiful and gorgeous. I feel like ugliness is like a symptom of you just not doing something right. It's like really a symptom you're doing something wrong. You're not taking care of yourself. And it's all connected, guys. So when it comes to the approach anxiety, right? The fear is just because you haven't done it before and you want to do it right. And you put so much high stakes on yourself. You put in so much stress and pressure on yourself. And I just don't, maybe there are, but you chat, let me know. Are there other YouTube channels that are like telling guys, put on the fucking Ray-Ban glasses, go and talk to girls, give me the data, let's review it, right? Because I know a lot of these guys are coping. They're like, oh, you need a fucking photo shoot, right? You need, what do they say you need? You need a social circle. You need a photo shoot. You need all of this, all of that. And, you fucking are just, it's the blind leading the blind. The craziest thing is, MLD, do you have infields on YouTube? I do not. But you know what I do have? Thousands of successful students and millions of dollars earned doing this. You don't make millions of dollars doing something if you're fucking bad at it. Okay? Guys in the chat right now can tell you I have helped, like Extra Guac. This guy has pulled so many hoes. Pictures with the fish, pictures of the Instagram, all this crap that doesn't matter. Doesn't fucking matter at all. Now, it says photo shoots, Instagram, Facebook game has taken over. Right. But those guys are not getting the results that they want. Because here's the beauty about when you do conquer your approach anxiety. You get the most raw data and experience humanly possible immediately. You get so much data. You get FaceTime with women, Yeah, only Tyler Paul perfectly. He says, I definitely hear that everything has to be perfect just to get a girl that's mid if you're lucky. No. That is feedback from losers. Do you know why the black pill community has all these views and all these fucking all these clicks and all this stuff? You know why? It's because it's a community of losers, and losers are everywhere. That's the truth. I know I sound like a fucking asshole saying that, but that's the fucking truth. The majority of people don't try. Just go outside and look around, guys. Look around. Majority of people in the West are fat. Majority of the people in the West are unhappy. The majority of people in the West are unwell mentally. They're in bad financial standings, you know. A lot of people are just cooked. They're just cooked because they have to. They just are afraid to take action. They're unaware of the system they need to be successful, you know? And that's why, like, I just always use myself as an example, right? Come from nothing, broke, abused, no dad, dysfunctional family, you know? And I've done very well for myself, extremely well. I've grown numb to how successful I am sometimes, and I'm not trying to like brag, and I'm not trying to like act like I'm Mr. Cool Guy, but I'm just telling you because I always want to be a source of hope. I always want to be a guy that helps. I always want to be a guy that has, you know, just a healthy, realistic outlook on things, right? You know? And not every guy, like any guy who says like he's out here and he's only dating 10s and, you know, every girl never gives him trouble, he's lying. He's lying. Like, it's made me more jaded because I've hung out with a lot of these guys behind the scenes. A lot of these guys, what they say on camera versus what they have going on behind the scenes. You guys, like, I would never expose them, but them getting exposed would be one of the healthiest things for the viewers of the world, because then they would be like, wow, you know, wow, you're just like me, you know? That's why I'm like, I try to keep it as real as possible, as always, you know? That's why I'm talking like how fucking tired I am. Look at this. Look at this. I look like a fucking junkie. Ugh. I took so much caffeine today, behind my right eye started to hurt. That's not healthy. I was late because I was like halfway falling asleep on the bed. I woke up early today. I went to bed last night. I went to bed last night at 1:30 and I woke up at 6:30. I think my body's like cortisoled out, but I'll be all right. But you know, the most important thing about approach anxiety is it's normal. That's the most fucking thing you have to understand, guys. All right? It's normal to be afraid to talk to a beautiful girl. It's normal to get rejected the majority of time you go out there. There's nothing wrong with you. Okay? It's just that you lack a skill set. And it's so hard for certain people to see. You know, I'm working with one of my extremely VIP clients, and you know, he's a guy, he has a little bit of schizophrenia, and he's like, he's just so mean to himself. And he has a very successful business. How the hell did I just jump up to 80 viewers? Did somebody just drop a link in the chat somewhere? Anyways, fucking this algorithm makes me crazy. You know, he's dealing with some schizophrenia. Despite that, okay, despite that, he has a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which is really fucking hard to do. He got it in 3 years. He has a company that does over $100,000 a year. He's in good shape. Okay, he takes care of himself. And 5 years ago, he was in a way, way, way worse situation. He was a 32-year-old virgin. All right. And he was talking to me and he was just saying that, like, you know, why does everybody else have it easier? Why does everybody else do it? Why can't I figure this out? And I said, brother, these people, you only see the finished product, but you don't see the suffering You don't see the turmoil. You don't see the chaos. You don't see the late nights. You don't see the struggle. You don't see the rejection. You don't see all the terrible things that you have to go through in order to become great at something. All right? And I'm not saying it's going to be death and despair and total hard things when you try to fucking figure out dating and relationship stuff, right? But what I am saying is you have to get ready to endure a time of psychological hardship, because anything that's worth doing is going to be hard. And everybody who says this is the most, it drives me crazy when people say this stuff. Sorry, my legs need to be. You like my hoodie? This is the latest in the Louis Vuitton collection. Look. It's pretty cool, right? It's got the fucking things. Look at this. It's hoodie season. It was cold today for the first time. It was cold yesterday too. Do you like that? And it says L Vuitton here, right? Pretty ballin'. But what drives me crazy, like, if I wanted to, let's just make this very, very clear, okay? If I wanted to, I could be the most unethical piece of shit and lie to these people that sign up for my stuff and tell them, like, yeah, man, just say these 3 words and, like, any girl will be yours. And I could just lie and lie and lie, and because that's what everybody does. But I don't want that fucking evil on my soul. I don't want that wickedness as a burden I have to carry, you know? There is no easy way. There is no easy way. There is the hard way or there's no way. You want to get good at girls? A lot of girls are going to have to reject you. And it sucks to get rejected by girls because everybody wants to have sex. I want to have sex. You want to have sex, right? It's so crazy. Yeah, oh my God, the pheromone soap. Why did you have to remind me of that, A. Moreno? Why did you have to? That word has not come up in my brain in years. Why? Pheromone soap.
Gay.
Not even. The pheromone soap is
Really, nigga?
really. Pheromone soap. Is that what we're doing now? Pheromone soap. It's funny. But the number one thing is this. The reason you have approach anxiety is because you do not have a clear blueprint. You do not have the system intact to do this. Okay? Right here. A lot of you guys don't have access to this, but this is the only way. Okay? And let me just make it very, very, very abundantly clear. Okay? And I'm not taking shots at anybody. I'm just speaking my truth. Okay? You do not need an elite social circle to meet a good woman. You do not. Because if you're still socially awkward, now you're a socially awkward retard that the social circle is just tolerating. Okay, that's the first part. The second part is this. People say you need a good Instagram. You need a high level Instagram. Yeah, right? If you still shit yourself when you talk to a girl, your Instagram is going to bring a bunch of girls to you, and then you're going to be they're going to be disappointed by you because you didn't do the work. You have to do the work. You have to go talk to a lot of girls. You have to go ask a lot of girls out on dates. You have to overcome the fear. Remember, the reason you have approach anxiety is because one, what you need to do is unclear, and two, you have close to no experience doing it. And so it's intimidating. Anything you do for the first times, remember the first time you had sex? You're just like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Now I'm fucking knocking that shit out the park, no problem. To the point I'm just like, there's only one person having an orgasm in this interaction, and that's me. And then if you leave, that's exactly what I want. So no problemo. Right? But again, like I said earlier, like there's volume you have to put in, there's hours that you have to put in, and then there's nothing else about it. There's no way. So you either do what you need to do, you do the hard way, you do it the right way, or you don't do it at all. Why do you think the majority of guys are getting divorced and shit these days? Why do you think the majority of guys are sexless and incels and shit? This right here. The phone. Not my dog. The social media is keeping people at home. People have less FaceTime. They're going out less. They're hanging out less. They're talking less. They're getting together less. What do you expect? Because of fear. People are so afraid, right? People are so afraid. But fear not. As you guys know, for you guys that are popping in right now, okay, I recently transcribed 351 multiple hour long coaching sessions where we pulled data from real men like you, and found out exactly what their problems were. This was over a 6-year period. It was over 6,000 questions in total. It's like 6,000. It was actually crazy. It was 6,222. 222. Right? And over 60,000 dating statements were made as well. This is like really good raw data. I'm really fascinated by this stuff. All done by AI on Python. And we figured out everything that the guys need. And I just found this out a couple days ago. So we're going to do something big. In 16 days from now. Okay? In 16 days from now, I'm launching a free training for you guys who are wanting to know everything about not even saying day game and all that stuff, but you want to have the ability to approach anywhere. Okay? And that's what we've made. This is it right here. This is the new website, okay? This is approachanywhere.com. And in 16 days, we're going to teach guys how they can finally know exactly what to do at every stage, from eye contact to text message game and bringing her home. A lot of people don't realize you can meet a girl and pull her home like within an hour of meeting her. I've done it plenty of times. This is a step-by-step system that eliminates approach anxiety and gives you total clarity on what to do to get the girl today. Okay? This is a limited one-time offer. This is not any kind of digital marketing trickery or anything like that. I am going to do this once and one time only. This version of this is going to be one time. So if you are interested in that, the link is in the chat right there. The link will be put in the description box and also into the description box below. If you're watching on replay, go ahead and lock your space in. All right. And here's what we're going to do. Put your best name in there, phone number. I'm not going to spam you. I'm just going to send you a couple reminders. That's it. But I've realized this, and here's the bonus that you're really going to love. All right. The expert is me. As you guys have been seeing, I've been testing out the market and seeing what guys want. And I'm telling you this right now, the number one thing that guys want is the ability to approach anywhere. And that is the gift that keeps on giving. I am 39 years old, guys. And anywhere I go in the world, I am able to find a woman. It's just like literally, it's like drinking this bottle of water. It's just no problem. We're going to get you up to speed. We're going to show you exactly what to do. We're going to include all these great things in this. It's a free training. It's completely free. October 29th, which is not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday. Or excuse me, what is it? Is it? That's pretty fast. Yeah, 16 days away. 16 days away. Yeah, 16 days away. So October 29th, right before Halloween. So you'll be ready to test this in Halloween, which is like one of the best nights to go out and talk to a bunch of girls. And we're going to teach you how to do everything. So what we're going to do from here on out, I'm going to be live streaming every day until this. So we're going to live stream every single day. There's going to be midnight MLDs because, again, what I'm going to be doing also is we're going to be recording it and we're going to be getting questions from you guys, and we're going to continue to build data and get raw data sets. And then we're going to come up with the right, precise answers using AI and my, 26 years of dating experience. So if you're interested in that, go check it out. And until then, we'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.